Okay, let's start with this. When was the last time you really laughed? Like, properly laughed out loud?
Yeah, try and hold on to that feeling for a sec.
Because that feeling, that's kind of what we're diving into today, laughter.
Yeah.
Seems simple, but it's so fundamental, isn't it?
Totally. And we're looking at it through this really cool lens. Your own thoughts. You shared these paired answers about laughing, almost like a mini study you did yourself.
Exactly. And what's great is you gave us these, like, two layers, some initial gut reactions maybe, and then these more thought-out, detailed takes.
So our mission really is to unpack those, see what the contrast tells us about why we laugh, when, how it connects us.
And maybe, just maybe, if we're getting enough of it, sound good.
Sounds great. Let's jump in. So the act of laughing itself. First question. When did you last laugh? One answer was pretty straightforward.
Yeah, yesterday watching a funny cat video. Okay, fair enough. We've all been there.
Right. Very relatable. But then compare that to this other response. Just last night, a stand-up special. And you said, a joke genuinely caught me off guard, and I laughed so hard I had to actually pause the video.
Whoa, pausing the video kind of laughter. That's different.
It is. And you added, it was a great release after a stressful day. So there's more going on there, isn't there?
Definitely. That's not just a quick chuckle. That's like a full-body event almost, and it links straight to stress relief.
Exactly. It highlights the intensity, the impact laughter can have. It's not always just background noise.
Okay, so what about making other people laugh? Again, we saw that contrast.
We did. The simpler take was, it makes me happy when my friends laugh. Which is lovely, you know?
Sure, it feels good. But the other view was more active, wasn't it?
Yeah, it described using humor deliberately, like to ease tension in social situations and finding it really rewarding to lighten the mood.
So that's moving from just enjoying the outcome to actually using humor as a tool, almost strategically.
Precisely. It's seeing humor not just as something that happens, but something you can deploy, like a social skill, to connect, to navigate tricky moments.
Makes sense. And what kind of things trigger the laughs? Again, we had layers.
Yep. Basic answer, funny videos and jokes, broad categories.
Standard stuff. But the other one got more specific.
It did. It mentioned observational humor, those jokes about everyday absurdities. You know the ones.
Oh, yeah, where you think, that's so true.
Exactly. And also, sarcastic or witty remarks, especially when they land unexpectedly but cleverly.
Okay, so that suggests maybe a different kind of appreciation, not just slapstick, but something requiring a bit more thought.
Could be. Maybe it points towards, enjoying irony or clever wordplay. Perhaps it says something subtle about how you see the world.
Interesting. And what about childhood? That was a fascinating comparison.
It really was. The first memory was cartoons like Pokemon and Crayon Shin-Chan, just described as really funny, simple.
Okay. And the other?
More detailed.
Yeah.
Mentioned SpongeBob SquarePants, Tom and Jerry, and specifically pointed to the over-the-top reactions and pure physical comedy.
Ah, the visual gags.
Right. And the takeaway was the simplicity and silliness were the main draw.
So it kind of shows how our tastes evolve, maybe?
Yeah.
From that pure, silly, physical stuff?
To perhaps more nuanced things later on. Although, let's be honest, sometimes pure silliness still hits the spot, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Okay, let's shift gears a bit. The importance of laughter. The basic idea came through as well.
Laughing is good for your health, and it makes you feel happy. Can't argue with that.
True, but a bit general. The other perspective went deeper.
Much deeper. It framed laughter as a natural and immediate stress reliever.
Okay, that's more specific.
Yeah, saying it helps to release built-up tension and instantly improves your mood. And importantly, linking it to maintaining mental health in, our busy lives.
That feels significant. Calling it a stress reliever gives it more weight than just feeling good. It's functional.
Exactly. It makes it seem less like a luxury and more like, something essential for coping.
Right. And this connects to the idea about kids laughing more than adults. The simple reason given was...
because they're happy and adults are too busy being serious.
A common perception, I think.
Probably. But the more insightful response agreed, kids probably do laugh more. But suggested why might be different.
How so?
It proposed that adults often become so engrossed in responsibilities that they forget, or perhaps don't allow themselves, to find the humor in everyday moments.
So it's less about being less happy, maybe, and more about not noticing or not giving ourselves permission.
That's the idea. Like our focus shifts and we maybe filter out the lighter stuff. Does that resonate with you at all? Do you find yourself sometimes overlooking the funny side because you're just focused.
Oh, 100%. It's easy to get that tunnel vision with responsibilities, isn't it? Definitely something to think about.
Okay, what about the social side? Do kids and adults laugh at the same things? Basic answer. No, I don't think so. Kids like cartoons, adults like, quote, more serious things.
Serious things. Interesting phrasing. What did the detailed view say?
It offered more nuance. Agreed, there's a difference. Children are often drawn to physical comedy. Adults tend to appreciate more sophisticated or situational humor. Makes sense.
Yeah, that tracks with the childhood memories comparison.
It also added, sometimes a well-executed piece of simple silliness can still elicit a laugh from everyone.
The universal appeal of silliness again.
Exactly. So while our main comedic diet might change, some basic ingredients still work across the board. It suggests, shared humanity underneath the generational differences.
I like that. And the feeling of laughing with other people. The first thought was simple again.
Yeah. It feels good and relaxed. It's fun to share a laugh. Nice and easy.
But the richer answer really dug into the connection aspect.
It really did. Honestly, it's one of the best feelings it started. Then, laughing with others creates a real sense of connection and shared joy.
Connection and shared joy, that feels important.
And it goes on. It's a fantastic way to break down barriers and fosters a feeling of closeness, even with people you've just met.
Wow, so it's like social glue, basically. More than just personal amusement.
Definitely. It's about that shared moment, that spark between people. Have you felt that instant connection when you properly laughed with someone, maybe even a stranger?
Oh yeah, it's like an instant shortcut to rapport, isn't it? A fantastic feeling.
It really is. Okay, nearly there. Do we laugh enough? Initial thought? Probably not.
Seems likely. Reason given.
People are too busy with work and other obligations. There isn't enough time for laughter. It sounds familiar.
Yeah, echoes the point about adults forgetting to find humor. But the other response didn't just stop there, did it?
No, it was more proactive. It agreed life is demanding, but suggested we should actively make time for things that bring joy and laughter.
Actively make time, so being intentional about it.
Right. Whether that's watching something funny or connecting with friends who make you laugh, it moves from just stating the problem to suggesting you actually do something about it.
Which is a useful nudge. What are some ways you could carve out that time, deliberately?
Good question for everyone listening. Finally, laughter and relationships. The basic idea.
That it helps people become close, and it's good for friendship. Simple and true.
But again, the deeper insight added layers. It talked about how shared laughter builds trust and creates a sense of ease and comfort.
Trust and ease, okay.
Between people. In both friendships and romantic relationships, a good sense of humor acts as a strong bond. And here's a key part. Helping to navigate difficult times more effectively.
So it's not just for the good times. It actually helps build resilience for the tough stuff, too.
That's the implication. That shared humor strengthens the foundation of the relationship, makes it more robust. How could you maybe use humor more consciously to strengthen your own bonds?
Another really good takeaway question. So wrapping this deep dive up then, what have we really seen?
Well, I think we've seen that laughter isn't just, one simple thing. It exists on a spectrum, from a quick chuckle to something really profound and physical.
Right. And we've definitely highlighted its role beyond just fun as a genuine tool for stress relief and mental well-being.
We also track that evolution kind of in what we find funny as we grow, moving from maybe pure silliness to more complex stuff.
But also acknowledging that simple joy still connects us all, doesn't it? And that shared laughter is incredibly powerful for building connections.
Yeah, and for strengthening relationships, building trust, making them more resilient.
So understanding all these different sides of laughter, hopefully it helps you notice it more in your own life, maybe be a bit more intentional about finding it.
Yeah, noticing the little absurdities, making time for that connection through shared fun, it really can make a difference.
Definitely. So here's a final thought to leave you with.
In a world that often feels pretty heavy, full of serious news and information, where could you find just one small, maybe unexpected bit of laughter today? What could you seek out?